Hey guys, what is up? Welcome to the State of Crypto, your one-stop source for all crypto-related news. I'm your host Martin, and this is episode 257, Technical Analysis Edition. Again, it is the weekend. We'll just do the technicals. Thank you for joining us tonight for this awesome stream. If you're catching this from live, welcome. And if you're catching the replay and have any suggestions for us, please leave us a comment below. We want to know what you're thinking. And now, if you want to be up to date with the latest crypto-related news, make sure you subscribe, hit the like button, and that bell so you're notified when we go live. And if you want to keep on chatting with us once the stream is done, you can join us on the Discord. Links in the description, guys. Here's a link to the amazing articles that we cover here on this stream. No news tonight. Bitcoin Jake was kind enough to send me something. I will look at it briefly. But yeah, man, thanks for that hookup. And yeah, rockets, right? We'll see if we go to the moon, man. Apparently there are some signals. Our signal just came out that we'll still have to check legitimacy of it. But if it's true, it could be an indicator for potential price action to the upside, right? Again, crazy stuff happening with the riots, right? I mean, Jesus, man. I was looking at the news. It ain't good, man. Apparently, someone was tweeting out that a Molotov cocktail just got thrown at the guards at the White House. That's just insane, bro. First Molotov cocktail has just been thrown at military police outside the White House. That's not good, man. You know, damn. I really don't want to see where this is gonna go. It's insane. Crazy, man. Crazy what people are doing. Anyways, we'll talk about the market, right? So let's move on to that. What is happening with market cap? Yesterday we lost market cap. Money flew out of the cryptosphere, approximately 2.96% or $7.97 billion. Today, money starting to flow back in slowly, 1.42% or $3.69 billion, and still climbing, right? Sitting at $265.44 billion market cap. And is it good? Yeah, man. Am I worried? Not yet. About to make positive momentum neutral on the RSI at 58.58. Just want to see how that market cap keeps on building up. Price for Bitcoin dominance 66.12%. Yesterday it gained a little bit of dominance, 0.30. Today losing 0.40, sitting at 66.12% market cap. The price of Bitcoin at $9,540.52. What is happening? Yesterday we had a negative day, right? We'll see the bearish engulfing, not quite, and that's good. Now, we did manage to move back down slightly. Not even to that 20. Negative momentum still decreasing and neutral on that RSI at 56.39. We are sitting at 9,540. I have not stopped my position yet. I told you guys I might go out here. Wait for it to develop. We developed some bullish divergence now and waiting for some of this to play out. Now, and this relates to the tweet that Bitcoin Jake sent me, and it's this one. It says red dot alert. I repeat, red dot alert, right? So, apparently, some dude, Plan B, came out with the chart, says red dot released. And from what we can gather from this chart, right, it's a stock to flow model Bitcoin from like 8 cents, blah, blah, blah. I can't really read. It's too small in the picture, man. I'll try to see if I can make it a little bit bigger. I don't want to do the blah, 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 right? So there we go. A little bit better. S2F multiple. Bitcoin price divided by S2F model value. Bitcoin to the dollar, red dot. All right. Stock to flow model Bitcoin equals 0.08 times SF to the 3.5 power, right? So again, look at this. When we can see the red dots here, right? We got this nice increase. So that will be one red dot. Another red dot will be here, right? Back in 2016, apparently. Before 2017. And that ushered the 2017 bull run. And right now, what we're seeing is a new red dot being released. Or showing up. Which could, again, imply potential price action to the upside. Again, this is not my chart. I haven't looked at it, so I'm not gonna say I'm 100% positive on the source and where this is coming from. But again, just take it with a grain of salt. Someone's coming out saying there could be potential for rally to the upside. Again, what are we doing? We're rejecting that 9,565, right? We came up, kissed that area, and rejected. So again, I haven't closed because of stuff that developed in the short time scale, and we'll look at that once we get there. But again, on Bitcoin, nothing else going on, right? Now, what is happening here? We had divergence here. We're showing it on the half hour, right, that we pumped. Let's see, negative momentum starting to build. 32, 21. So low, higher, low, negative, less negative, low on their side, higher on their side. Nothing to call there. So I'm not going to call anything on the 4 hour yet, right? Last thing we had was the bearish divergence, right? That came from the bullish divergence. Or maybe this is from the 1 hour, sorry. Yeah, it's from the 1 hour. I'll send it there. I think on the 1 hour, we have the other one that came from the half hour. But again, bearish divergence started to move down. Again, as expected. That was yesterday. This was a stream, right? And then after that, we just kept on moving down. Let's go to the 1 hour chart. So on the 1 hour, we're looking for this bullish divergence. We got this very nice rally coming in. And I'll go to the other chart. I think this one, right? We had the bearish divergence. We said about the flag potentially moving to the upside. We didn't end up breaking that flag pattern, right? We just kind of moved sideways slightly. Tried to get a failed rally, rejected around 9,650, then move down right below that 20. Right, from then we went from low to a lower low. Right, and negative momentum to less negative momentum, creating some strong bullish divergence, but we don't have it on the RSI, just on the MACD. So that's bringing us this new rally that we're seeing that's getting us above the 20. And again, tightness of the Bollinger Bands starting to come back in. I'm still in the money. I'm still above this green line here. So again, probably just covering the exchange fees at this point in time. But I want to see where this is going to go. Neutral at 51.25 on the RSI, right? Not a lot happening today yet. Maybe when Europe comes online and sees that America's burning, they might buy some Bitcoin. I mean, Jesus, man. What else is happening here? Ethereum, man. Oh, by the way, guys, I got my position partly filled today on DVT. It was pretty cool. I think just part of the position still open. I'm not sure if it's going to get filled yet or not, but I'm okay with that right now. Ethereum dominance. Yesterday dropped 2.15%. Today gaining 1.71%. Sitting at 10%. 10.01% of market cap. The price of Ethereum, $238.25. What do we call bearish divergence? Move down, try to rally. We'll still yet to determine what's going to happen with that. Again, bearish divergence bought on the RSI at 64.58. On the 4 hour chart, we haven't called anything because we went higher with more positive momentum and higher on that RSI. Came down as expected to the 20, right? We talked about potentially heading to the 20, and we did hit it. We right now hit the 20 and we're bouncing from it again with expansion open on the Bollinger Bands, and could be very well try to run again to that 786 at 247.10. Negative momentum starting to build, bought at 63.99 on the RSI. Let's go to the 1 hour. Bearish divergence, right? Last thing we called yesterday. From then on, this was the stream, right? We managed to break below the 20. Oh no, man. What do we do after that? Tried to rally, failed, right? Fell to the 20, fell to 20, move lower. Tried to rally, fell to the 20, right? Move slightly lower and created strong bullish divergence, right? And finally getting above that 20 again. Nothing on the RSI though. Neutral at 56.80 and still determining how much more we're going to make, right? We're starting to make positive momentum, so let's wait and see how this keeps on building, right? We get dressed up here a little bit for another attempted rally. But again, we got to wait and see, right? This is just what we have right now, the bullish divergence, right? And again, part of this is why I didn't cancel my position on Bitcoin. Because not on Ethereum, but because Bitcoin developed the same thing. And I'm waiting for it to play out on Bitcoin. Probably slightly more to the upside. What's happening with XRP? Dominance. Yesterday, XRP gained dominance, 0.87%. Today, losing 0.02%. Sitting at 3.41% of market cap. The price of XRP at 20.486 cents. Above that 23.39 area again. Beautiful, man. We managed to hit that 20 and bounce from it on the daily. So we can see where this is going to take us. Now I'm going to go into the 4 hour because nothing else is building up here, I believe. Let's see. High, less than the previous high again. Yeah, it's all congruent. Neutral on that RSI, 53.18. So let's go to the 4 hour. Right, in the 4 hour, we created divergence, bearish, we moved down, hit that 20, managed to rally from there. Nice. From then, we managed to get flirted with this area, that 23.39, and still above it, but rejecting the top part, right, of the rectangle, which we knew it was a potential resistance. So we're rejecting, breaking out of that area and moving back down, hitting that 20, broke gap below it on the opening and trying to move up again. But again, nothing too clear yet. This high was more positive momentum than the previous high, right? Also higher on the RSI slightly, so no bearish divergence developing. I'm just going to confirm it with another chart. I want to see this happening also. Yeah, obviously you can tell, right? And just one more chart to be congruent. And yeah, slightly more. And I believe in this chart we might have some bearish against the RSI. 70.59, 70.30, yeah. Very slight, right? Very, very slight divergence here. Now this is on Coinbase, and Coinbase is one of the partners for liquidity for XRP, and probably divergence here would have or play out more than it would on the other exchanges, right? But again, bearish divergence, potential movement to the downside. We're seeing that play out. Trying to get a bounce at the 20. Let's go to the 1 hour chart. All right, so we created bearish divergence here. We'll move down that again. I think we're here live. Managed to break below that 23.39, but we got above it in the next couple of hours, which was good. Even got above that 20, right? And that gave us that chance to have this bounce, get above that, and try to reach for that 21 cent area, 21.292. I think is where I have that line. Yeah. From then on, we rejected higher prices, and we started to move down again below 20, and back onto this area again, which we're rejecting. It's good, man. Both times that we have to try to dip below 23.39. Now we're finally trying to stay outside of that, and that's definitely not bad, right? Now, something that we developed here, and probably part of the reason that we try to rally a little bit. I just want to make sure this is going to be only here on the 1 hour. Awesome, yeah, it is. Hidden bullish, right? Hidden bullish divergence, potential price continuation, and we got this nice bullish rally coming in. It was brief, but again, moving down again. Right, more negative momentum than before, right? So low, lower low, negative momentum, more negative momentum, low on the RSI, lower on that RSI, neutral at 46.82. Again, rounding off on this area, we might come down here, test that 23.39 again before trying to rally. We don't have any kind of bullish divergence yet, or we might even drop lower than this price, whatever this was, 21.71. Create some bullish divergence and try to rally from there. But again, I mean, what can I say, dude? Even though XRP had a pump, it's still underperforming, right? So I don't want to fall into one of those relationships with XRP where you're like, oh man, it's underperforming all the time. But just because it performed good once in a while, doesn't mean it's going to perform good all the time. It's got to show consistency, right? And XRP is lacking that right now. I wish it was being a lot more consistent for us to be able to really get a better idea as to where this might go. But again, right now it's just indecision, right? And also, Bitcoin Jake sent me an alert on Twitter that 500 million XRP got released from escrow or something like that, $100 million. So who knows what they're gonna do with that money? But anyways, they're probably gonna try to invest in something, right? Or give liquidity to the market. What's happening with Litecoin dominance? Yesterday it lost dominance, 1.69%. Today gaining 0.18%. Sitting at 1.13% of market cap. The price of Litecoin, $46.22. Now what is happening, man? We're getting price action to the downside again, just like the rest of crypto yesterday. Today getting a slight bounce, $46.22 again. Lower high, right, than the previous high, with less positive momentum, so it's all congruent. Also lower on that RSI. Neutral at 55.0, I believe, 06. Let's go to the 4 hour. All right, so on the 4 hour, we didn't have any kind of divergence either, right? We're higher, right? Then from then on, lower, and you know, just moving on. Neutral right now at 55.13, and we're getting bounce and rejecting the prices below that 20. which is good. And I hope we can hold the 20 and try to catapult from there to higher prices. Right now, there's really nothing else happening here, so I'm just going to move on to the 1 hour chart. The 1 hour chart, bearish divergence, move down, try to rally, failed, move lower. Right, from here to here, do we create divergence? Yes, we created divergence, right? So this would have been last night, 10 p.m. until 9 in the morning. Right, went slightly lower, created some strong bullish divergence there, right? Negative momentum, less negative momentum, right? Try to rally, fell at the 20, move lower, right? A little bit more lower prices, right? And still created bearish divergence, I believe. Where's this at? 14, 14. All right, I'll give it. It's a different kind of bearish. Sorry, bullish divergence. I would call it weak bullish divergence. Sorry, not weak. Medium bullish divergence. Weak bullish divergence. Weak bullish divergence. Yeah, weak bullish divergence. Dude, sometimes I get twisted with the charts also, man. Just from looking at all the lines all the time. If you guys remember when we talked about charts, right, so the bottom part, right, you have the price like that going lower, and then if you have your oscillator going in, right, you have strong bullish divergence, right? If your oscillator is going in but your price is just going sideways, then you have medium divergence. And if your price is going lower but your oscillator is going sideways, then you have weak divergence, right? And then it's something similar to on the top part, right? And then sorry, I forgot the other one. Then if your bottom part, your price is upsloping, right, making a higher low, but you're making more negative momentum or less positive momentum, or yeah, you know, higher low but more negative momentum, right? Or we would be creating hidden bullish divergence, right? And that would be the quick one. And then on the top part, right, then we would be going right, going to a higher high, but with lower lower point on the oscillator, right, either the RSI or the MACD. This will be on the top, right? So top, and then this also will be on the top of the oscillator. Right, this will be for strong bearish divergence, right? And if this were to move sideways and the oscillator was moving down, that would be medium, right? And then if this goes up and then this will be going sideways, then that would be weak divergence, right? Your price going higher, but your oscillator staying the same, which is what's happening right now. Then if the price is going in and the right, the price is coming lower, but the oscillator is going higher, then we'd have weak bearish divergence, right? So again, every now and then it's just good to talk about this again, right, for everyone that's watching. So again, weak divergence, potential price action to the upside, getting that rally, but failing at the 20 again, man. It's weak around the 20. If we move lower, I'm not sure whether or not we're gonna be able to make less negative momentum and create strong bullish divergence. But right now, it just seems like Litecoin is waiting for Bitcoin to decide where it wants to go. We want to Binance. What's happening with Binance dominance? Yesterday, it lost 0.77. Today's gaining 0.70%. Staying at 1.02% market cap. The price of Binance, $17.40. Again, bearish divergence, action to the downside. We did manage to move down, which is good. From then on, we're trying to rally right now. Not a bearish engulfing candle. That's good. That's good, right? If it was bearish engulfing, a little bit more worrying that it could be going lower. Neutral at 57.13 on that RSI. Let's go to the 4 hour. In the 4 hour, we had bearish divergence to here, and then from here to here, we managed to go slightly more, right? Slightly higher still. And coming in slightly lower, and also going lower on the RSI, creating that strong bearish divergence. Price action to the downside, down we went, hit that 20, held it for a candle, then broke below it. Right now, trying to break back above that 20. Neutral at 55.83. Now, let's go to the 1 hour chart. Did I anchor this? I didn't. I didn't. And not anchoring gets us into messy charts on the 1 hour. There we go. All right. So what is happening here? Let's see. We haven't called anything because we're not making anything weird. Now let's see here. I don't believe we're gonna be making anything, man. This would be 6:30, 6:45, and then this one over here is like 6:65. So We're going to a lower low with more negative momentum, lower on that RSI. Nothing I can call here again. Getting to that 20 but failing, potentially gonna seek lower prices on Binance. Unless Bitcoin pumps, then this will go up with it also. Sitting at 49.27% market cap. That's about it for the main part of the crypto market. I'll go look at DVT. Like I said, DVT moved down. Part of my position got filled, which is good. Now I just have this small portion of my position to get filled. About 53K. Well, they do have their 1-year anniversary coming up. I'm not sure what they're planning to do, but next week, this coming week, right? Starting tomorrow, 1-year anniversary of DVT, man. Shit might get crazy, man. Let's look at this. Let's play. It's the Bollinger Bands. Again, not a lot has happened. We managed to move down again. We were creating bearish divergence. We kind of talked about it. I said there was a chance it might not play out. We did have a lot of support to the downside, and we still have support to the downside. But waiting for this to play out a little bit more. So let's look at the Bollinger Bands. Bollinger Bands. Let's get the MACD there, and let's get the RSI as well. Alright, there we go. Alright, first things, let me adjust again, guys. Sorry about this. It's just weird the way they bring the data for their charts. It's just making them look horrible, man. So we're gonna do a little bit of cleanup to make sure we can see things properly, right? So again, also here on the Bollinger Bands, first of all, signal line, make it blue, or sorry, yellow, and make this histogram green, but let's choose bars, right? Columns. There we go. Awesome, right? So again, we're talking about going same price and making less momentum, right? And creating bearish divergence. We finally moved down on that. Now let's see this, man. 307, 343. All right, so I was gonna say low, lower low, less negative momentum. No, it's actually we're making more negative momentum and slightly lower on that RSI. Trying to get a bounce, 6.5. Still neutral at 56.18. Really not a lot going on here. Again, we had divergence here, right? Bearish. From here to here is the one I was telling you guys about. Going there, and then coming in here like that. And then coming in here like that, right? So that was yesterday. I'm not sure if we called this out yesterday. I do believe we did. But again, we had bearish divergence, action to the downside. We moved down, from then managed to move down slightly more. Have not created bullish divergence yet. But again, not a lot of support up here, right? Look at this. Small positions, right? People selling very short. So this position can get filled easily. The only thing that worries me is this position here at 1.36. That now gives it a little bit more weight because someone else placed another position here for 589,000 units at 6.9. Alright, so I'm going to go into the 4-hour. Alright. So negative momentum started to build. That's good. Regular market cycle. But the only thing I can see is some hidden divergence, right? Low, higher low, negative momentum, more negative momentum, right? And also a high on the RSI to a lower point on the RSI. Again, creating some hidden bullish, and could be part of the reason that we're starting to see this bump coming in. But again, still gotta wait to see how this will keep on developing. Again, I do believe this project can go higher in price, and that is one of the reasons that I'm in it, right? Because I do believe it has potential to go much higher. It's a young project, less than a year old, being a year next week, and things seem to be going good for them. So we gotta wait and see how they keep on working the project. Now, like I said, right, we had this divergence out, go from a high to a lower high. Again, on the daily, so bearish divergence, action to the downside, move down again. Bearish engulfing, I'm not sure how much significance I should put into a bearish engulfing candle here. We don't have that divergence on the RSI. And what I'm saying, I don't know how much weight I should put into it, is because it's such a small cap project that really the divergence, the bearishness of the bearish engulfing candle can get negated, right? So again, right now it seems like we're recovering, or trying to recover nicely. Let's wait and see how this keeps on going, right? Anyways, that's it for DVT. Gonna go back to the markets. If you guys want to look at something in particular, let me know on the chat. Gold and silver just opened, so I want to look at that. I want to look at the Dow, and I want to look at Bitcoin futures. Mainly because Bitcoin futures, I want to see if we gapped, right? And if we gapped, then we got to close a gap. Silver market open now. So what's happening with silver? Again, climbing, right? Getting above that area. Good, man. We had bearish divergence. I was hoping that... I wasn't hoping. I believed it was going to go down. I'm surprised to see it's still trying to climb higher. Because we closed at a key resistance and rejected. So again, you know, probably part of the instability of what's happening with the U.S. With the riots could be a catalyst for the price to keep on going up, right? We're seeing a lot of instability in a lot of the cities. And a lot of the reports coming out about companies going bankrupt, etc. Post COVID shutdown, right? Let's look at gold. What's happening with gold again? Try and rally, which is good. But that's about it. Nothing else going on, right? Still below that previous high at 17.4. Sorry, 1,748. Let's go on to the Dow Live real quick. Dow Live, gap down on the opening, trying to move up right now. Again, 25,406 points. Again, we had bearish divergence. Still waiting for it to finish playing out, or determining whether or not it's finished playing out. That's about it there. Let's look at Bitcoin futures, right? We didn't. It looks like we didn't gap, right? 29th, and then opening today. So we just opened at the same price and started to move up. So no gaps. No gaps to get filled. That's good. That's about it, man. Again, Bitcoin, I forgot to look at the weekly. We just closed the week, right? So what happened with last week? I mean, we had a bearish week, prior week, right? And as you can tell, this candle was... it opened at 8,729. This candle closed at 8,680. So slightly lower. We could say it's a bearish engulfing candle, technically. The fact we just came up bullishly, right? A bullish piercing candle. And getting really, really good penetration into the red candle. It just gives us a bullish sign that this could just be consolidation happening. Right now, we could be in a potential to maybe try to go for a 160% retrace up here, right? That would be almost 100% on our other chart, right? This one. Not this one, this one. Right, to get to 100%, right? That could be a possibility, and something I really want to see happening, right? So we can get to that that $10,515 area. Anyways, if you guys like what we do, hit that like, that bell, and that sub to be notified when we go live. Thank you for joining us tonight again on an awesome Sunday night, and for being here with us. I know you probably have stuff to do, and you probably don't even want to look at the markets on Sunday. But I do believe it's a good break from looking at the rioting news and what's happening out there, right? Again, potential red dot on Bitcoin. Let's wait and see how that plays out. And, yeah. I'm wondering how many news are being hidden about protests, man. Also, apparently Vancouver is also rioting now, or not rioting, but protesting. And I also saw that the UK had a group of people protesting, but I don't think anything got out of control there. Gotta wait and see how this is gonna play out, right? I mean, they did release a lot of inmates from jail, right, due to COVID-19. And, I mean, I don't want to say that those people, like, they were, like, non-violent offenders or minor crimes or whatever. But there is people think that at least going to jail does give you a sort of school, right? So, like, it teaches, like, an education, right? So if they were non-violent, they might have learned something, right? And probably if they were in jail for a while, obviously they came out, they don't have cash. They came out during COVID, probably no work. And it could be that, I'm not saying all of the looters, but probably some of the looters are people that got released from prison, right? It's just like, you know, something that we might think about. I saw someone tweeting about it as well. So, you know, damn, dude, also happening now. Cars overturned fires engulfed in Washington D.C. as riots continue. What the hell, man? I hope it doesn't get too crazy out there and people start using force. There was a report coming out down in Seattle, I think, or somewhere. Police got, or they blocked cell phone signals so that people could not stream what was happening or send video of what was happening, and they were starting to use like a little bit more. They were not a little bit more. They were using more force, right? But again, still yet to be determined. Trying to get back up in this area, man. I hope we can get back above that 9,565, man. That's gonna be key for Bitcoin. Anyways, guys, that's gonna be it for tonight. We've been live for 34 minutes. I hope you enjoyed the show. Omar, how's it going, man? Thank you for being here. Yeah, you just missed the stream almost. I'm about to sign off. I was about to sign off. We just talked news, talked markets, a little bit of riots, but it is Sunday. I do want to get some rest. There's still stuff I gotta do, man. I did take time to make that small intro for the DVT project, but I still gotta do the whole. Like, I've never done an interview before, so I gotta do some setup. I gotta do some layout work here on the screens. Make sure I can get it really good for the interview when I do it with D, right? So I still gotta like come up with like the banners, how the things are gonna look on the interview. If there's chat that's gonna be popping out, logos, all these things. I think I can set up a pretty cool chat or a pretty cool interview stream. I just need to like sit down and start working on that. And I'm probably gonna start doing that right now, man. Just last week got hectic, and I started to feel horrible at some point in time during the week as well. So, right now I just want to take time and start doing that, right? When the interview? Dude, we just when I sent D the questions, I told him, look, man, this is more or less what I'm gonna ask. Are you cool with it? He said, yeah. And then we just agreed that it could be on a weekday. Usually I get more viewers on a weekday than on a weekend. So it would be better on a weekday, and by the time I'm online, from what he told me, he's free. So yeah. Do I have all the graphic resources? Do I need help? Well, look, man. From what I'm thinking about doing is leaving something like what I already have on the top, or what you're seeing here up there on the top. All right, it says instead of crypto, and then leave some of the same background that I have. That is the blue one. That's also in the intro and the outro. And it looks like this one, right? But what I want to do with that, it's just make the cutouts so where like his screen's gonna show, my screen's gonna show. Put the name on the bottom, right? Use the DVT logo, your official font that it's listed on the resources for his side of the interview. Put my stuff on my side of the interview. Make the room for the chat on the bottom, and I do believe with that it should be good enough to go. It's not gonna take a lot of time. It's just I really haven't gotten around to do it. I just been busy with work. I had like a presentation I had to turn in, and then I had the massive headache, and Starbucks almost killed me. So I was feeling like extremely bad. So all I gotta do is just sit down, take a couple minutes, and get it done, man. I do have all of the resources here already, so it's not gonna be anything that it's not gonna be that hard. It's just need to sit down and actually do it, right? But that's about it. Dunk stop, yeah, man. I'm not holding Starbucks stock, man. Just their crappy acai berry, whatever it was, like did a number on my stomach. Probably the yogurt was bad. My wife went and complained that I was feeling bad from something that they gave me. It's the only thing that I had different than her. We had the same breakfast, same stuff, right? Same lunch, etc. It was the only thing that we ate different. And then the guys at Starbucks are like, no, there's nothing wrong with the product. There cannot be anything wrong. We're selling 20 of those a day. The yogurt's good. They don't know if, like, in the chain of custody of the yogurt, it got left outside. Maybe it started to turn a little bit. But it was horrible, man. And that's the only thing that we ate that was different. And the guy said, like, maybe your husband's lactose intolerant. Dude, I eat cheese all the time. I'm not lactose intolerant. I eat yogurt. I eat milk. I drink milk. And, I eat cereal with milk. Not lactose-free milk or I just like, they're dumb, dude. The guy the manager, whoever was there, was just coming out with all these stupid excuses as to, no, we're perfect. There's no way we can screw up anything, man. Whatever, man. I bought milk at the supermarket that has, when I got home and I opened it, it was sour, man. And it was sour because someone left it out in the aisle in the supermarket. Instead of taking it back and returning it to the manufacturer, all they did was just restock it because some dude just didn't know that he's not supposed to do that. So he restocked milk that was from the fridge, that had lost temperature, and put it back in the fridge believing nothing had happened, but the milk had already gone bad. And that is just completely insane. Anyways, guys, that's gonna be it for tonight. Thank you for watching again. This is State of Crypto. I'm your host, Martin. It was a pleasure being here with you guys tonight. If you like what we do, hit that like, that bell, and that sub. I'll catch you guys tomorrow for another edition of State of Crypto. It'll be Monday. Don't go out rioting. It's gonna get crazy. But until then, right?